Hello, welcome to a new movie review from Vincent. That's me. Well, today, I'm still in South Korea, and I'm here to give you a review of a movie that I just watched in the theaters, and that movie is the Marvels. Yep, I just watched that one in the movie theaters. So why did I go watch the Marvels in the theaters in South Korea? To tell you the truth, there's not a whole lot of things to watch, so I really wanted to go see a movie. No, I like the experience of watching a movie in South Korea, so I just decided, okay, there's this one that's the popular one of the moment, so let's go watch it. Um, Prior to watching it, I didn't really read any reviews about it, and then I even tried to avoid the trailers because usually that kind of spoils the movie. So I decided to just go in and then just watch it. However, like as I was going there, I was going with a friend of mine, and he was keep checking the reviews and then the trailers, and he saw that the review score was not that great, so he had a pretty low expectation on it. Um, but it turns out it's not that bad. It's actually a pretty good. I don't know. It's an entertaining movie, from what I can tell. So to give you some context, I don't watch a lot of Marvel movies, and I don't follow the whole series. I'm not a big fan. I just watch it as if it's another movie, really, like something entertaining. And yeah, I mean, despite the fact that it didn't have raving reviews, for me it's a little bit on par with the rest of Marvel. It's not worse. It's not better. It's pretty much the same. I mean, I don't know. I enjoy Infinity Wars. I enjoy some of the Thors. I've watched. I haven't watched Captain Marvel. I've heard that one is kind of bad, but I don't know if it's. Um, I mean, this one doesn't have great reviews either, and turns out it's pretty decent. So, yeah. So my recommendation would be to watch it. I'm gonna give you a little bit of backstory on that. Some years have passed since the last Captain Marvel, which was in the 90s. Now I guess it's in the modern time. In the previous movie, I think she was meeting a little girl, and that girl grew up and became now that girl has superpowers as well. I don't know, somehow. Her name is Monica Rambeau, something like that. There's also another girl. I should have done my research. I forgot the name. Kamala Khan. There you go. So she pairs up with Kamala Khan, which is Miss Marvel, and then Monica Rambeau, which doesn't have a nickname apparently. And the trio, they are called the Marvels, and they're going to fight the bad guys. The bad guy, the bad girl. Actually, the nemesis is a woman as well. And so, okay, I'm gonna start to go a little bit into spoiler territory. They want to fight the villain because she's her planet is completely desolated, like has a lot of problem, like the air is unbreathable, there's a lack of water, then the sun is not working very well. Apparently that was caused by Captain Marvel in the previous movie. So I don't know, I didn't watch the previous movie. I didn't realize. I thought at the end the hero wins and then they make everything better. But apparently, the Captain Marvel really messed up the home planet of the villain, and now the villain she's trying to fix her planet, but in a very bad way. So first she's going to the scrolls. No, is that the scrolls or the whatever? I forgot the names. But some green aliens, and then they go to the planet and then they suck up the air. That reminds me from a scene from Spaceball, when the villain he sucks the air from a planet, and then yeah, I mean that's totally still stolen from that, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay, so that's the first part, and then later they steal the water from another planet, and the sun from Earth, and then the Marvels they try to stop them. Um, so what I found, I don't know, in the beginning I didn't find the villain very uh, interesting, but as I watched the movie, I found I like when the villain has a little bit of reasons to do things. Like, so she's trying to save her home planet, which seems like a noble gesture, although she's going in the wrong way. Like, I don't know, it helps with the character development, to know that, oh, Captain Marvel in the previous movie, she really messed up the home planet of the villain, and then she feels a lot of remorse about it. And yeah, like I said, I recommend this movie because it's entertaining enough. It's good, but the thing is, like, it's not like a legendary movie or something like that. Like, previously, like on Netflix, I was watching all the John Wick series. Okay, that's at a totally different levels. This movie is good enough. I don't know if you're a fan of the Marvels, if you're offended by the fact that there's a lot of corny humor. Also, I don't know, I think some people, they really like annoyed by the fact that there's a lot of woman power in this movie. If you're annoyed by that, you might not like this movie. On the other hand, I do think that like we've come past the point where we can think like, oh, Hollywood is trying to make a movie where they just try to push the ideology of woman power. Okay, that might be true, or that might not be true, but I feel like in order to enjoy movies, um, if you're still thinking about that, you really need to get past that ideology, because at this point, the quality of a movie really doesn't bother that much about the political agenda. I mean, if you're really bothered by that, I mean, I don't know what's the big deal about it, really. Like previously, I watched a bunch of other movies that, like The Last Jedi. I thought it was totally fine, but I think the political agenda really like hurt the reviews, the audience reviews, which I don't know. That one just seemed good to me, but a lot of people hated it. I don't know. Okay, for this one, it does have corny humor, but I don't know. For me, I was enjoying the funny scenes. Let's go into spoiler territories, but yeah, I don't know. Like at some point, they go into a planet where the language of the people there is all done through songs. So I thought it was kind of funny that it turns into like some kind of musical. Yeah, that was a little bit stupid, but yeah, that's for me that's entertaining. Another scene that I found pretty funny is that at some point, they like so there's the base station where Nick Fury he's staying, and then suddenly they really need to make everybody escape because the space station is about to explode. They don't have enough escape pods, so they have to sacrifice some people. Like, oh, people are gonna die because like we don't have enough escape pod for everybody. And then suddenly they find like those cats, which apparently are they come from Goose. Goose right here. Right here. And Goose apparently has it's not like a normal cat. He's an alien cat who can actually just absorb people, kind of like Kirby, the cat just like grabs for like his tentacles coming out, and it just grabs things. The thing is, like, when he grabs humans, they don't die in his stomach, they just stay alive apparently, and then he can spit them out later, and then they seem fine. And then they suddenly had this idea that, oh, we're gonna have the cats like eat all the people, and then when we put them all into the escape pod, and when they're back on Earth, just spit them out. I thought that was kind of funny because suddenly, like, like at first, like the cat was grabbing a human, and then Captain Marvel or yeah, she was like, spit it out, and then Nick Fury is like, no, this is the plan. We want this to happen, and then suddenly the whole scene turns into like cats going around trying to eat people, and then like everybody's running away because they don't know about the plan. But meanwhile, Nick Fury is like on the speaker saying like, do not resist, let the cat eat you. I thought that was really funny. Those are the two like kind of entertaining moments of the movie, and I thought it was entertaining enough that I can actually recommend it. So the things that didn't do it for me, they were okay. The thing is, like, when I see the fight scenes, they're really big mess, because like, okay, the first fight scene is terrible. They all entangled into this quantum mess. And because of that, whenever they use the power, they switch places. There's a few moments where it's interesting. It's like, oh wow, they suddenly switch places, and then at some point, like Kamala Khan, she doesn't know how to fly, but she's like falling from the sky, and then like they're trying to figure out like some way to save her or something, and then but the things like they keep switching bodies, and then and I love it. At some point, like as she's falling down, and she suddenly switches to Captain Marvel, who just smashes on the ground, and Nick Fury is like, "Oh, it's okay, it's Carol Danvers." Don't worry. Oh Jesus! But anyway, interesting, but it does make the scene a little bit of a mess. It's really messy, and then so it started like that, and hopefully it was getting better eventually, but it still stays the same. And I think the big problem is that you have like three characters who constantly fight at the same time. So you got Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, which is Miss Marvel, and then you got Carol Danvers, which is Captain Marvel, and then you got Monica Rambeau. They all have different powers, and then they all fight at the same time. It becomes a big mess because they all have different powers, and then yeah, they're interesting, right? But they're like a big mess. Although sometimes when I watch the movies like Spider-Man, or I mean that's also a mess. I don't know like how you can all enjoy it. I do enjoy it mildly, but it's not that good. If I compare it to the scenes in again John Wick, oh my gosh, those fight scenes, they are like it's like just epic to watch, really. But okay, I'm not here to talk about John Wick. I might not even do a review about John Wick because it's I don't know if I can do it justice in a review. I'm here to talk about Captain Marvel right here, which is okay, which is not bad, recommendable. So what else did I want to talk about? One thing I wanted to touch on was I think movies like the Marvels and Captain Marvel, and then a lot of Marvel movies these days, a lot of Disney movies these days, they are being a little bit criticized for the political agenda, and yeah, I mean, so from my perspective on this is that if they putting out bad movies, it's a problem. But if they're putting out things that are decent, I mean, it's not a big deal, really. I think, when you go watch a movie and then you really have in mind the whole political agenda, you might not really enjoy it. Because in the back of your mind, this whole idea that, Disney is pushing the idea of women power. And then you're gonna be focused on that when you watch the movie. I think that, like I advise for people who still think like that to kind of let go of the idea of fighting political, like focusing on the political agenda, because it was kind of okay in the past because they were making crappy movies and then they were thinking that they were great because of the political agenda. So that was bad. But I think we reached to the point where movies, even with political agenda, they're kind of decent, but the fact that people's mind are focused on the political agenda, it kind of makes them like biased against the movie, really. So for me, this movie was fine. It was not like the greatest movie ever, but if I compare it to all the other Marvel movies, which for the record, I'm not like super fan, but for me, I kind of enjoy it okay. This was on par with the rest of them. It's not worse. It's not better. It's not a whole lot better. So yeah, I would recommend just watch it. And then when you watch it, even if you were really like not happy with the way the direction Disney is going, just give it a try, and without thinking about you like try to keep your bias in check, just to see if you really like judging the movie on its own quality, or you judging the movie on like what others think about it, or what the ideology is like. Like I think it's a good idea to try to watch a movie with a blank slate. That's one reason why I avoid reading reviews before there's a movie I want to watch. I completely avoid the trailers. What is this? I completely avoid the trailer because that spoils the movie. like I see some scenes like, oh wow, that's kind of cool, and then later during the movie, well, yeah, I saw that in the trailer, that was kind of cool, but I don't know, like for me that doesn't do it. So just go watch a movie with a blank slate, enjoy it, and then keep the political talk out of it. Like it's fine if you want to criticize, but if you say like, oh, the movie is terrible because of that, it's not terrible because of that. Maybe like the direction that Disney is going, you can judge that it's terrible or not. But the movie itself, just watch it without thinking too much about it. Just enjoy it really. So that was my review. I hope you enjoy it, and then I see you next time for another review. Ciao.